Hey guys, we're going to review the Olight I3T today, the newest offering from Olight. It's a very simple, easy to use AAA battery flashlight with 2 modes. Great, simple, tough, rugged, everything you need and want, and it's pretty affordable too. Now, one of the things I really like about this release is that Olight actually released this to us a while ago, and then we are not releasing videos until July, which is great because in the past people have often gotten Olights and reviewed them the same day they got them, which is kind of, bull as far as gear reviewing, as far as I'm concerned. So I actually had the opportunity to take this light backpacking and has some great footage that you're going to see kind of scattered in here of this light being used, actually in the real world. So let's get into this thing. As I mentioned, this is a simple AAA flashlight, so you can use your plain alkaline batteries, your nickel metal hydride rechargeables, or your lithium primaries. You cannot use lithium ion rechargeables. There are reports, of course, of it working with the 10440s, but of course it is going to cause a lot of wear and tear on the light. It is a simple forward clicky flashlight, which basically means it gives you a momentary feature. You have a 5 lumen mode and a 180 lumen mode, which will last depending on what kind of battery you use and all that. You're going to get completely different performance from rechargeables versus alkaline. So, other things to note, you have a TIR lens, which is basically a optic as opposed to just a straight lens, and you can see that gives you a very different beam profile. I'm not seeing any pulse modulation in the light, so that is cool as well. A lot of these smaller, cheaper lights have it in their lower modes. You have that really awesome S-shaped pocket clip, which lets you carry this, kind of cap up, cap down, put it in the brim of your hat. Sorry guys, allergy season is deep and all that. You have that kind of spiral knurling on the base there, and you have some vertical knurling there on, make sure my focus is good, on the tail cap, which is, okay, I wish it was a little more aggressive. Your tail cap is proud. You can see it's a rubber boot, proud with some texturing on that. That pocket clip does let you kind of get a good grip for switching between modes if you are carrying it in your hand. So, we've gone over quite a bit here very quickly. As I mentioned, this is a very simple light, very easy to use, no problems, versatile. Now, let's compare this to, say, my favorite AAA light, which is the Preon. Now, the Preon's a pretty cool light, very similar as well. I think big differences to note when it comes to this is, number one, the Preon is not an optic, it's just a clear glass with an orange peel reflector. And two, pocket clip, man, look at that. I mean, the Preon, my big complaint about it is the pocket clip does not do well with thick jeans. If you're wearing a big, thick pair of work jeans, getting that into your pocket can be very difficult, and it stretches out the clip. Versus this, you can see you have a very generous area there in which to put that in and clip that in. You can see some pretty major differences as far as size as well. The i3T is a bit longer. So yeah, weight-wise though, what you're talking about is 1 ounce versus 1.5 ounces. So the Olight is a little bit heavier, but I think you do have a little more material there to cover for that bit of power. So now these are 2 very evenly matched lights when it comes to output. So that's kind of cool. So we're going to show you real quick. Okay. And they are both forward clickies. One of the things you're going to see right off the bat is pulse width. The Preon has it. You can see those vertical banding there in the light. That is pulse wow, it's early, guys. Pulse modulation, which is something that's done with cheaper lights. It's not there with the Olight. Even if we flicker the light, we're not seeing it. But you can see with the Preon, I can see it. I can see that. So yeah, so there is pulse modulation there, and you can see beam difference. The Olight has one just kind of concentrated beam versus the Preon, which has that inner and outer ring to it. So little differences in the style of beam. The Olight has, because of the optic, just one solid, kind of blended beam, versus the Preon has that inner and outer ring with the hot spot. So yeah, so I'm always a big fan of the Preon. I've always thought the Preon was my favorite AAA light. The Olight could take that over, maybe not, we'll see. I think the Olight has a better switch. The Preon has this kind of loosey-goosey, metal switch, which is very easy to turn on in the pocket, versus the Olight has a very stiff, rigid one with a rubber backing. So overall, very cool, guys, and hopefully you've also seen some cool footage here on the side of me using this backpacking. I'm almost out of storage space, so this could cut out any second. But yeah, this is a pretty cool little light, and I'm very happy with it. The test of time is really going to tell whether this ends up being my go-to AAA light, and which is very reasonable. You know, I've only had this thing a couple of weeks now, but I'm very happy with the results. You know, I took this backpacking. I had a great time with it. I found it to be more than powerful enough for what I need, and functionality is very nice. I've been EDCing it as well, and you know, this thing carries very nicely in the pocket. I haven't had issues with it turning on its own, you know, and it's pretty dependable, and overall it's done a very good job for EDC. So in the price range you're paying for this, which is like that $20 to $30 price range, I think this is a very strong contender for a good AAA flashlight. Is there better out there? Yes, there is. You know, there's flashlights that take the lithium-ion rechargeables and all that, and a whole world of competition out there. But the thing is you can get this directly from Olight store, and you know, get it within a couple of days, because they're out of, what is it, Georgia? So you can have this thing within a few days and have that American support and all that. So I think a lot of good bonuses to the light, and overall I'm really happy with it, and really just, you know, Olight really does the best job on pocket clips, and you know, you add into this now that you have a good simple two mode, you know, AAA flashlight. I think they really do have a home run here. Is it the best on the market? You know, time will tell as the quirks come out in these things over long-term use, but I think we do have a really good top 5 contender for AAA flashlight. Yeah, so I guess that's it. We'll leave it at that, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you down the trail.